Hello everyone, talofa, aloha kako. Welcome back to our channel where we explore the sacred practice of my ancestors and the process of Ho'oponopono. Today, I want to share with you some powerful cleaning techniques gifted up to us by the teacher Morna Simona. Through my 5 years of working with Morna's process, I have experienced profound transformations in releasing emotional suffering, especially self doubt, many Aka cords I had created with others. So let's embark on this journey together and we will delve into the essence of Ho'oponopono. Thank you again. Aloha. I love you so much for sharing this experience with me. Now, the first technique I want to share is your imagination. I want to emphasize that Ho'oponopono is the most potent in its purest form of transmuting energy, and it doesn't require any additional tools such as blue bottles or cleaning business cards, salt or water, because the power lies within the process itself. Utilizing the power of your imagination, and Morna demonstrated how she sprinkled water symbolically as she spoke her words in Ho'oponopono. And she shared that in my last video. She also shared a technique where you cleanse yourself and bathe yourself in different spiral lights of color. But everything begins with a heartfelt thought and feeling, not just mere desire. So we have to have genuine emotions that align with that of which we desire. Now, what do I mean by this? Everything we create as a multidimensional being starts with a thought. In order to remove a block that shows up in your physical experience, called reality, we have to impress upon it or create an energetic imprint into the spiritual or etheric form of our experience first. This is how everything in our life becomes reality. These emotional desires, they need to be genuine. For example, if we were to say, I love you, I love you, I love you, but you don't really mean it in the same way that your boyfriend or your girlfriend believes the definition of the word love is, there will be disharmony. If it's robotic or fake, or let's say the idea of love from them is about sex, well, it doesn't flow from me to you. And so if your idea of love is genuine, it will flow out and it will engulf them. Because their idea may be more sexual and solar plexus. So love to them may be more controlling. It may be more about their selfish desires, and it may cause them to run or feel pressured or unbalanced. So when the energy of love is mutual, that energy becomes entangled and it connects. It merges harmoniously. Just saying the words with no genuine compassion or emotion within our heart space or above, then it will not flow where it needs to go. Whether you're cutting energetic cords between individuals or removing emotional blockages. So before the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how you can tailor the Ho'oponopono 12 to 14 step process brief form for your own personal problem solving. So please stay with me. To get to the root of every emotional problem, block, or obstacle with Ho'oponopono, to effectively release them and cut those cords, It is crucial to identify and write out our experiences, knowledge what is really going on. Where does the root of this problem lie? For us to transmute those feelings, for us to let go of them. And if you find yourself completely clueless about what's going on, then your emotions are the best indicator because you may have suppressed or denied those feelings. And this is because the subconscious mind, our unahapili, wants to keep things the way it is. Your unahapili or your subconscious is like a warm, cuddly teddy bear that just wants to stay close to you and doesn't want you to leave, doesn't want you to go away, doesn't want things to change. So one of the ways that helped me remove my own personal blocks was introspection. And this is a spiritual practice that shows up in Buddhism, in esoteric practices, in yogi practices. Introspection is single handedly the most effective component of my seeing my past lives, seeing my own crud, and experiencing clarity. So you could do it one of two ways. You can go backwards since you were a child and replay all your experiences until now. Try to locate what has happened in my past, what patterns are coming up. And the other form of introspection, which is going to allow you to see by way of your dreams, is to replay your day from the moment you woke up and left your pillow till the moment you got into bed. You're going to go through the day, and when you reach something that didn't feel good, that you wish you would have did differently, you can, like a tape recorder, replay it and rehearse it in the way you wish you had done things. Let's say if you said something stupid or said something terrible to someone or you ignored someone. Pay attention to those moments and replay them because this will help you reinstall the software of the virtue that is needed to be impressed or imprinted into your subconscious. My friends, if you are not having any dreams, doing introspection every night before you go to sleep will trigger dreams like you've never had before. And you will have the clarity that you need to cut these cords, remove the blocks and obstacles. The problem solving process. Just write out everything that you don't like in your life right now, or things that are going on that you don't care for, that are unwanted. Because when you start writing and getting it out on paper, it is like a way to emotionally dump those blocks and obstacles out of our system because we're energetically transferring them to the paper. So, journaling and performing introspection is a great way to clear and allow those things to surface so that the tissues and the cells can start sifting and moving around for us to remove these blockages. All right, before we get into the brief form, let me tell you a few things. First of all, when you do the whole Ho'oponopono process, you only perform this during daylight hours. Number one. Number two, you're going to speak things out loud to impress the imprint into the spirit and into the physical. All right, we're about to do the Ho'oponopono brief form, which has now been condensed, and it is in the long form in the 14-step process. But frankly, whichever way you do it, honestly, it doesn't matter when it comes to the 12 or 14 steps because as long as we are including the people that we're doing it with or for, and the Amakuas, our family relatives and ancestors, and the problems, the potential issues that keep showing up, you can use the brief form And whatever issues we have listed out on our paper, this is why it's good to journal and to try to locate, identify what the issue is. Number 7, line number 7, where you name the specific problem. So, for example, I'm going to do one for a couple. Let's say it's for a husband and a wife. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son, Child is one. I, Kalina Rosemary, my family, relatives, and ancestors wish to do a Ho'oponopono with name those two people and the Amakuas of rhythm, peace, freedom, and balance, the Lady of Freedom, the Amakuas of the United States, all the Amakuas of the nations throughout the world and universe. Now, the next line says, especially, and it asks you to list the name of the people who you might have a stronger chord with. For instance, okay, let's say that couple, and it might not be you that has the chord, but let's say that you and your problem solving feel like the husband more than the wife seems to be the one that is holding back or creating um, the dissonance between the two of them. And a problem, for example, let's say there's a financial problem, and the man in the household with this couple is the one that is in charge of the finances. So then you're going to say, especially for Tom Jones. Now, here's the part where we're going to, what Morna did at the beginning of my video, where I showed how she's sprinkled. Imagine taking purified, beautiful water, cleanse, purify, sever, cut, and release all negative and unwanted memories, blocks, vibrations. And here, where it says unwanted memories, blocks, and vibrations, you can add emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, or karmic bondage, unwanted energies that we have created, accumulated, and accepted from the beginning of our creation to the present. Transmute all these unwanted energies to pure light. So, in that second paragraph, where it starts cleanse, purify, sever, whatever, when you have identified the emotions that are unwanted, you can add it into that section right there. Those unwanted memories, blocks. Like what I just said, I added in the spiritual, physical, financial, karmic bondage. That is not on this brief form. I added that. But that is something that I've seen, and you've seen her in the video, add in randomly because it's an all inclusive statement. If you're unsure what exactly is the problem, you are just like a computer inputting this information. You're like customer service. You don't, Divine will know what to do. You're just creating the appeal ticket. Okay, so you're going to do steps 1 through 5. Your number 6 is going to be the brief form. When you are pressed for time, she has always recommended that you can do the repentance prayer. You get till you memorize that prayer, and you can use that prayer to list your problems too. When you're on the fly, when you're on the go and you see something going on out before you go to work, before you start your day, repentance prayer is an all inclusive prayer too. She has recommended that. And when you start journaling and listing out your problems, the repentance prayer works hand in hand with that. So there was someone that asked for an example of problem solving for an illness. I want to recommend something for any Ho'oponopono when you involve other people. We always cleanse ourselves first. You can do the repentance prayer for yourself first if you are pressed for time, but always you want to do the most thorough job that you can possibly do. But if you were to do the repentance prayer, you can do the same thing. You can say, I, Kalina Rosemary Taylor, Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son, Child is one. I, Kalina Rosemary Taylor Jones, my family, relatives, and ancestors, wish to do a ho'oponopono for, list the person's name, or you can say, wish to do a ho'oponopono for the people listed on this sheet of paper in front of me. And she has done that in her seminars as well. And then you continue on, sever. If I or they have offended you in thoughts, deeds, words, or action, I humbly, humbly ask for your forgiveness. Let us sever, cut, remove, release all unwanted blocks, unwanted energies, unwanted manifested illnesses when it comes to any kind of health related issues, and visualize them with an aura of white light or pale green light. You can do that also in your prayer to them. Prayers for other people are stronger than prayers for ourselves. And then you finish out the prayer. Now, the repentance prayer is the one I just recited, and that one will take like 30 to 60 seconds if you're rushed for time, because that prayer I use a lot when something comes on the news, when I'm out at work and someone stops me and says something to me. I use the repentance prayer all the time, and that one I've memorized, and it is in my subconscious. And now that it's in my subconscious, it works. Oh, it's such a blessing, the repentance prayer. So I would strongly suggest that as your mantra, as your I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. If you, anyone out there listening to this that are not familiar with Morna's process versus 4 phrases, if you were to start memorizing number 5, you can get the process at rainbowflo.com. Your life will transmute so fast. You'll understand it, but it works in all dimensions of there's no time. So it will actually start working yesterday. Anyways, I have to go because my video is starting to crash on me. So please, if you have any other questions, send me a message. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. Blessings to all. Mahalo. Nui nui. Thank you.